everyone, I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince!
And it's time once again to recommend things. Vince!
Yes!
What do you recommend today, sir?
I'm going to recommend a comic book series. Okay. Volumes 1 and 2 of Wolverine. I believe the first one also called Enemy of the State. Either way, it is Wolverine, Marvel Knights. I have the hardcover here. It's also published in paperback. I like this a lot. This is something like for example, sometimes I'm the type of guy, and I know I shouldn't be like this, I know, but sometimes I'm the type of guy that when everybody loves something, I develop a small amount of disdain for it, and I tuck it right here, and whenever somebody says, "Hey Vince, I really love Frank Miller," I'm like, "Why?" Oh, sorry, I forgot that part of me comes out every once in a while. So, when it comes to Wolverine, Watchmen! Watchmen! That wasn't a word. Okay. but when it comes to Wolverine, I'm kind of like that. I'm like, so many people love Wolverine that I just feel flooded with it. I feel the same way with Deadpool a lot of the time. People say, "Oh, I like it. Everybody likes it. That's reason for you to like it." And I get tired of it, and I stop enjoying things that maybe I should enjoy. And at a time when I was feeling like that, I read this, and I felt like, man, this is interesting. It seems like everybody wants to make Wolverine the biggest, most effective character in the entire Marvel U, and this makes it feel that way. And it actually legitimately makes you feel that way. And I'm going to contrast this to another comic book that came out recently. Marvel Universe versus Wolverine, or maybe that's the other way around. No, it's right. Okay. Marvel Universe versus Wolverine. Like, they have Wolverine say things to Mr. Fantastic, like, "I know how things are, and you don't, because I'm Wolverine." Like, you're just talking to the smartest man in the world, and you just told him he doesn't know what he's talking about, and he agreed. That's a writer's fault. That makes no sense. Why would Wolverine know things that Mr. Fantastic doesn't know? I don't know. Unless it's like, how something 20 miles away smells. Anyway. Because it's Wolverine. But,
well, he might be able to stretch his nose that far. You don't know.
That's a good point. We're going to have to test the elasticity of his facial skin. But, what makes this interesting? Well, first of all, let's talk about what the bottom line of the story is. Wolverine has been turned into a assassin for the Hand. That's the big deal that's going on between Wolverine and Enemy of the State, and then he has to come back from that, and he also has to, defeat the Hand. So you get volumes 1 and 2, you get the whole story. But what's so interesting about this to me? Why is Wolverine fighting everybody in the Marvel U so interesting? Well, he's the through line. He's the character that you follow, and it's interesting to just see these sketches of how Wolverine handles the Fantastic Four. It's interesting to see how Wolverine handles Elektra. 2 Blades Masters. You don't necessarily get to see it every day. So it's interesting to see how these characters' lives all connect. And it all feels like it flows into each other. Now, granted, I'll admit I read this a few years ago. But these characters, what's interesting, and I say because I'm not entirely certain that you could say this is interesting for you, but it's interesting for me, that Miss Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, is
Mrs. Fantastic,
as it says on their wedding certificate. But the Invisible
Woman... She
could
not smell something 20 miles away. There's no way with that ability she could... Anyway.
She puts a force field around something, brings it back, smells it, and takes it away.
She still have to travel the 20 miles.
That's true. Or something else would have to travel. So, they are so effective at what they're doing. They're doing their best to bring down Wolverine, and people are getting close, but Wolverine still keeps scrapping by. He's this trooper. He just keeps scrapping by and beating everybody because he's Wolverine, and they give plausible reasons for these things to happen. I think the reason I'm so impressed with this book is that they show you that Wolverine is impressive without just telling you that he's impressive. So I highly recommend this. If you're not into Wolverine, all those other guys out there, like 3 of you, this shows you how cool Wolverine is. And if you want a really good story, there's Origin, but that's an entirely different story.
Yeah.
With many different issues.
We should definitely do a vault on Origin.
We should do a vault on Origin. But until then, this is a recommend. I think this is great. I think that somebody should read this and enjoy themselves. Volumes 1 and 2, there you go. Enemy of the State. Hoo-ah.
Today I'm going to do something quite a bit different, Vince. Today I'm going to recommend something I used to not like and am coming more and more around on now as they're changing a bit.
Rocketeer?
This is... No.
The Punisher?
Would you stop? No, I like the Rocketeer. What are you talking about?
You didn't like it when you were a kid.
Okay, but this is not a. This is not actually. This is interesting. I'm glad you said it like that. This is not a I had to grow up kind of thing. This is a this thing had to grow up kind of thing. I'm going to recommend the store Spencer Gifts. And the reason, I know. And here's the thing, I used to hate Spencer's. And I'm going to show you some stuff I got at Spencer's this weekend, which is the reason I'm mentioning it. I used to really not like Spencer's because you'd walk in there and even right in the front of the door, there'd be really raunchy things that you wanted to shield your, or at least I did, wanted to shield my eyes from and go, oh God, really? I have to look at that in a store. And the problem is I would have to wade through stuff that that I just thought was gross or not funny or whatever. That's a lot more up Vince's alley than mine. No, not so much.
I never liked Spencer's.
Oh, okay, all right.
The front of the store's tacky, the back of the store's tasteless.
Yeah, but not anymore. Not lately. Spencer's seems to be on a crusade to put Hot Topic out of business because they're having now a lot of the stuff that Hot Topic either has or used to have in the geek realm, but times a bazillion. Okay, Hot Topic used to have superhero wallets, really cool superhero wallets. A lot of them that came with chains attached. And this is the wallet that up until just a few days ago I've been carrying around for the last couple of years. It's beat up, it's falling apart, but this was Kingdom Come, and I got this at a Hot Topic a couple of years ago. I just love this wallet. I thought it was really neat. And I've been looking for something to replace it, and the reason I've still been walking around with this thing, which is obviously, losing its color and falling apart, is because I couldn't find one I liked. Every time I went into a Hot Topic, if they had one, it was always Wolverine. And
That shows you why his wallet could have beat up another wallet.
I like Wolverine, but I just didn't like Wolverine enough. I just wasn't enough of a Wolverine guy to necessarily, carry him around in my pocket for a couple of years, right? So, I was in. I'll tell you actually which Spencer's I was at, just in case it turns out that they're not all going this direction right now. I was at a Spencer's in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I was taking a trip this weekend with my dad, and I went into a Hot Topic. I was looking for wallets. They said, we don't have anything, but go check out Spencer's. Maybe they do. I was like, okay. So I walked into Spencer's, right? Not only did they have them, Vince, but they went up to the ceiling. They had wallets this cool that just went straight up to the ceiling. It wasn't all superhero, but a lot of it was. And so, and they also happened to be having a sale when I was there. So it was buy one, get one 50% off. So I bought one, and then I bought another one for a backup for when the other one looks like this. And so this is now the wallet I'm carrying around starting the last
good luck finding
few
it
days
when
ago.
that one's ruined.
What's that?
I said good luck finding the other one when the new one's ruined.
Oh, no. I'll put it in a place that anyway. But this is what I'm carrying around right now. That I got there, which I think is pretty neat.
That's cool. Jim Lee Batman.
That's what I'm carrying around now. And then when this falls apart, this is what I'm going to replace it with. This is the other wallet that I bought. But anyway,
that is cool. I've never liked chains on a wallet, but that's neat.
Well, no, actually, this one had one too, but I took it off.
Oh,
so you can take it. You can take it off. It has a hole, and you just pull it off. But anyway,
and then you put it down around your dog's neck, and you have a leash. You're done.
But Vince, it's not just wallets. They've got all kinds of stuff that I don't know where else I would get it. They had another shelf, actually several shelves on top of each other of glassware and shot glasses that were all geek stuff. They had a set of 4 Ghostbuster shot glasses. I almost bought you this for Christmas, but I bought you something else, so I didn't buy you this, so I can tell you about it. I know. Well, the thing is, I'd already gotten your present before I found this, but I still think what I got you was just as cool. Anyway, I can't tell them what it is yet, because it's proof.
Because I'm here, and I'll watch our channel.
But anyway, there were these really cool, classy-looking Ghostbuster shot glasses. And then I was about to mention something that I bought, but that was for someone else, and they might be watching, so I can't mention that either. But
so
anyway,
this thing I bought for my mom.
I digress. If you walk past one of those in a mall, if you have a mall and they have a Spencer Gifts, you'll see right in the front, and I think they're all like this right now. They'll have going up to the ceiling again a bunch of geeky and goofy looking hats. That's been a trademark for them for a while now, where they've got like these really fun like Ninja Turtle hats that look like the Ninja Turtle faces, and they'll have they have like Muppet ones and all kinds of stuff like that. They've got like the costume type tees, t-shirts that's like like the front of Batman or like the front of Captain America, like with a belt at the bottom, not an actual belt, but it looks like the belt. I could have spent a couple $100 there that day if I felt like it, because they had another thing I wanted is they had these belts that were like covers of DC comic books, like all the way down the belt. I mean, they just had some wicked cool stuff, and they never used to have this kind of stuff. Years ago. So anyway, I'm recommending Spencer's right now, assuming they're all like that, because I was in freaking geek heaven when I went in there, and that's not to knock Hot Topic. They still have some really fantastic, comic book shirts, and I still buy shirts there sometimes. But like, I'm telling you, Spencer's has ramped up the competition on this, and it's really neat. That just shows you how much this kind of nostalgia is in right now. I mean, like it has been for a while, but it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So anyway, for folks like us, dude, I'm telling you, you would have had a heart attack if you'd been with me that day. It was like you could have spent a couple $100 in there too. It was neat. So anyway,
I've seen some things like that in a Spencer's Gifts, but it was always like catty cornered away from anything cool.
Now it's the prominent feature. Yeah,
that's awesome,
isn't it?
I might have to go back into Spencer's Gifts.
I know. So anyway, that's what I recommend. And that's what Vince recommends. Thanks a lot for watching us recommend stuff, and we'll recommend something for you once again next week. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
See you next time.